welcome you all to what we believe is the beginning of an exciting new journey. Tonight marks more than the start of a new school year. It marks the start of a brand new chapter for your child and your family. I'm Tracy Wheeler, I'm the superintendent of the schools, and I'm so excited to be here tonight to welcome you to our district. Starting kindergarten is a big step for your child, a moment for your family. For many of you, this may be the first time that you are sending your child off to school. There are feelings of excitement, pride, and nervousness, and maybe even a few tears when that happens, and we understand all of them. Please know this, when your child walks through our doors in August, they become a part of something special. They become part of our Titan family. At our schools, we believe every child deserves to feel safe, known, and ready for school every single day. Those are not just words to us, they are our promises. We want your child to feel safe, safe to learn, safe to ask questions, safe to make mistakes, and safe to simply be themselves. We want your child to feel known, known by name, known for their strengths, known for their personality, and known as an important and valued member of our Titan community. And we want your child to feel ready, ready to learn, ready to grow, ready to build friendships, and ready to discover all the incredible things that they are capable of doing. Kindergarten is where confidence begins to grow, is where children learn not only letters and numbers, but also kindness, independence, curiosity, and resilience. It is where they begin building memories that will last a lifetime. As educators, we are honored that you are trusting us with your children. We do not take that responsibility lightly. We are committed to partnering with you every step of the way because we know that when schools and families work together, your children thrive. Tonight, we celebrate this important milestone together. Thank you for choosing to be a part of our Titan family. We cannot wait to welcome your child this fall and watch them grow, learn, and shine. This is where your child's story begins, and we are so excited to take this journey with you. So welcome to kindergarten, and welcome to the Titan family. So I'm going to turn it over to the experts now, and let them share all the wonderful things that we want you to be able to prepare for when your child comes to kindergarten in August. So thank you.
Good evening. I'm Terry Grimm. I'm the building principal at Grindstone. So, I thought they were all going to introduce themselves. So, we just wanted to share a little bit about what will the day in the life of the kindergarten look like, just to give you an idea as to what your student will be doing throughout the day. Many of your kids are already in preschool, which is half the day here, just doubling the day. So, they'll arrive in the morning. They'll either come in on the bus, there'll be a walker or a car rider. We serve all of our buildings, have breakfast available to our students, and then they go to their classrooms and they get started. I mean, every classroom, every kindergarten classroom in our district has morning routines, and they have a morning meeting that they go through, and they talk about what it means to be a Titan, and they kind of talk about what their day will look like. Large group, small group instruction happens in the morning. All students will get 30 minutes recess and a 30-minute lunch, and then you have afternoon. No, it's not time for a nap. For our teachers, yes, they would definitely like for a nap. However, we keep going and again continue with the learning. So maybe we're doing math, and in the afternoon we did our reading and our writing in the morning. Well, you even said no, yeah, I didn't see that. Then they'll participate in outdoor. All of our students will they will have library, art, music, and PE. We have a 4-day rotation, so you'll learn the color schedule. And it's a 45-minute block of time. And then we then end our day. So not necessarily in this order. Each building is a little different as to when their kindergartners will go to their encore. However, many of our days are similar. So, and then at the end of the day, we practice, we pack up, and then they go home just about the same way that they came in. So that would be just a quick version as to what your student's day will look like in kindergarten.
Hi, everybody. I am Shannon Lazarus. I am the assistant principal at Grindstone Elementary. So, a day your child will know. Kindergarten is such an incredible place, and we have amazing teachers all over this district. Your kiddo is learning through play, not just on the playground. I know that our teachers embed learning through play in their classrooms, in all of their subject areas, station rotations, making friends. So, our kiddos, they spend time in their classrooms, but they get to see everybody, whether it's at lunch or recess. So they get to spend time with a lot of their peers, exploring new ideas. I know that our staff, one of the things we pride ourselves on, our teachers are lifelong learners. So they're always bringing new ideas to the students so they can continue to grow and grow your little kiddos as well. So I'm very excited to welcome our new Titans at Grindstone and all the other buildings. So I look forward to meeting each of you. Don't hesitate to come and say hi. And I'm excited for you to join our community. Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay Capacetti. I'm the assistant principal over at Big Creek Elementary School. Thank you for being here tonight. It already shows a great investment in your child's future and their learning. One of the questions you might be asking yourself is my child ready? Kindergarten is a big step. And to be honest, a lot of children might not be perfectly ready, but we have a phenomenal staff that are well equipped. And that's what kindergarten is for. They know that they have kiddos coming in from all different experiences, whether that's coming from preschool, daycare, or maybe they've been home with a family member before coming to kindergarten, and they do a phenomenal job of getting all of our kindergarteners on the same page and getting their learning going. So you're going to hear a little bit more of what you can do this summer to help to get them as prepared as possible. So thank you for being here.
Good evening. My name is Bonnie Nagel. I'm the principal at Big Creek Elementary School, and just like my colleague said, thank you for coming tonight. It's a great turnout. We're really glad that you're here. What should your child know? Don't worry if they don't know it all. It's okay. As we said before, there's no perfect kindergartner yet. But some of the things that the true experts, those three ladies over there who are our kindergarten teachers, are going to talk to you about tonight are social skills, personal means, fine motor skills, and academics. And as they talk to you about those things tonight, we're going to talk about things that you'll be able to do at home, things that you're going to find in your swag bags that will help your child to be better prepared for kindergarten. So without further ado, we're going to let the experts tell you more.
Hello, my name is Heidi Demeline, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Big Creek. And with me, I have Virginia Karpinski, who is a kindergarten teacher at Brook Park Elementary School, and Karina Horton, who's a kindergarten teacher at Grindstone Elementary School. And really good staff across the district at kindergarten is a great group of people. As Ms. Lazarus said, we're lifelong learners. We want it to be fun. I want to thank you not only for coming, but for sharing your children with, because we're helping them get started on their journey. And it's so much fun, and it's an honor for us to be able to do that and make them started on right foot. So, as they said, not everybody will have all of these skills, but as kindergarten teachers, we do ask that you keep them in your brain as far as if you see some of these things that maybe your child is just starting to do or maybe not doing yet, that it could be something you can encourage them throughout the summer. Inspire social skills though, how to ask for help is a big one. A lot of times in kindergarten, new situation and people, they might get a little shell-shocked. Even if they were in preschool for a half day, a whole day is a big deal. So really getting them to speak up for themselves and ask for help when they need it. Again, going along with using their words to express what they need or what they want, as well as solving disagreements with friends or other peers that they might be playing with. Because again, we really work on using our words and not our hands or feet or mouths or anything like that. We do like to see the kids coming in able to focus on something for like 5 minutes or so. That's not screen related. They usually are pretty good on those screens, but we want them to be able to kind of persevere through other activities such as writing, drawing, playing with Play-Doh, and some hands-on things. And one of the biggest things, which we need a lot of help from parents too, and especially if you are a first time kindergarten parent. I remember when I was, so I totally get it. But the last part about separating from a caregiver without significant distress. It can be hard for some of our kindergartners to separate from a parent at the beginning. They'll kind of get their first taste of that when they do their kindergarten assessment in August. So kind of give you a gauge. But just as you're with people out over the summer and trying to maybe give them a little more independence, and not always being by their side, that's something that will help them in separating and coming to their teacher into their classroom. So just the way it can, yes, help them get ready for that. We are also helping them really a big thing, especially in the beginning, is just to learn how to be little people in a bigger world. Again, some of them may have had preschool, some may have been in daycare, some may have been at a sitter with different age kids, and some might just be home with a family. So we teach them a lot about how to get along with others, whether it's their peers or respecting adults, speaking politely, using manners, respecting personal space. Everybody's personal level's a little bit different. Maybe your child's is really big and other children's are really small, or the opposite. So just kind of helping them to realize that and talking about some of these things over the summer. Waiting his or her turn is a big one in kindergarten. So again, just talking them through that when they play games at home. And if they always get to go first, maybe you try to have somebody else in your family go first, and just kind of practicing that at home will help it when we're at school. And just in general, being a team player, that's one of the biggest things I think in our whole district is we all are really big at teamwork and being a family and working together. And that's really the best way to accomplish our goals. And that really does start right in kindergarten in our classroom, that we're working together. So now I will pass it off to Virginia.
Good evening. I would like to talk about some personal needs that your child should be able to do before starting kindergarten. Putting on their coat and taking off their coat is a big one. Hanging it also on the hook. Fixing clothing that inside out if your suit gets stuck. Make sure they know to pull it back out in order to put it back on. Snap, zip, and button clothing. Taking shoes and boots off. Come on. Put items away. Hang up the whole cat bug and the backpack. Also, your child should be able to use the restroom independently. This means your child can handle buttons, snaps, and zippers on clothing. Clean, hair of herself, flush, and wash their hands without any assistance. Wash and dry the as necessary. We crease and blow and work your nose and cut. Your child should also be able to or start learning their full name, first, middle, and last. They should know both of their parents' names, phone numbers, their address, including their state and zip code. At lunchtime, we had 30 minutes for lunch, but if you give them the transitions, it'll be more like 20 minutes. So this summer might be a great time to set a timer and try to get them to eat and not play or talk as much. They should be able to open all their items that they pack independently. They should be able to eat with them a lot of time. Identify which items they need to bring home or throw away. And be able to open both their water bottles. It's also a great idea to label their lunchbox and their water bottle.
Oh. Really? Okay, so in order for your child to be ready to write, and complete their work at school. Fine motor skills are very important. So we'd like you to expose your child to a variety of materials such as crayons, pencils, glue, scissors, paint, an eraser, chalk, and Play-Doh. So even though those things seem kind of basic, right? You would be surprised at how many kids in a kindergarten and they've not really used a pencil or they don't know how to use glue or a glue stick. And it just times 20 or 25 children. The more kids that can do it, the better off the day will go for everybody. I do want to say, like, we felt that these things were so important to expose your children to that tighten the swag bag that we have for you at the end of the evening does have Play-Doh in it, a pencil, scissors, several of these supplies. So we're trying to make this easy for you as possible, and then you can use those things at home over the summer to output. And then we are going to be sending out this presentation to everybody, so you'll have this visual as a resource for you to help your child when you have time over the summer, just to see the way that a right-handed student pulls their pencil and the way the left-handed student pulls their pencil. And I will say too that is not always they are not always already left-handers or right-handers at this time. But we wanted to give you some tools. Like, this is not necessarily something that everyone knows. We use it every day, but and then we also provided videos for you. So we're not going to watch those this evening. But you can reference them when you get the slideshow. So that's for pencil grip, and then scissor skills. There's some ideas on how to use the scissors with Play-Doh. You have to, like we said, and put the Play-Doh in the bag for you, so you can do that for rolling, stinching, pulling, and then also for your scissor skills. And then also, we are a 1-1 district, so we have technology for every student. Every student will have a Chromebook, and there are actually fine motor skills that the students will need to be able to do with the computer. So we do not have touch screens. Our computer or Chromebook have a trackpad, or a little rectangle on the bottom, and your students will be learning how to use a trackpad, not like the swipe screens on the things that they're all used to. So we actually provided the green links here are links for you to go to practice some of these drag and drop and trackpad skills. So if you're able, try to do that on a device, like on a computer that is not a touchscreen. That would be ideal. And then they would get trackpad to practice. But again, these are, like our hopes and dreams. But whatever you can do, again, it's gonna be helpful to us. Okay. Writing.
Great. All right, so now we're going to get into some of the more academic skills that we work on in kindergarten. In kindergarten, we will be writing our name every day, and we call it the kindergarten way, which would be with an uppercase first letter and lowercase for the rest of the letters. So if your child's writing their name at home, that is awesome. Now you can kind of move forward to working on just the first letter uppercase and the rest of them lowercase. We do spend a lot of the first trimester learning proper letter formation. So the exact formation of them right now isn't necessarily that important, but understanding, okay, I'm going to try not to write all of these uppercase letters to do it the kindergarten way.
On some basic nap hacks that are skills that you can practice over the summer would be to identify numbers 1 to 10, count to 20 out loud, count objects up to 10, and then practice one-to-one first hands.
And then we have our reading skills that we would love for you to work on or expose your children to. First and foremost, I'm going to start at the bottom. Please read to your child. We're going to be reading lots of stories all year long, but lots at the beginning, and then we'll do an activity. So that goes back to them being able to sit for a couple of minutes and listen to a story, read answers but questions. The more you can reach your child, the better prepared they will be. They'll start hearing vocabulary and just get used to listening for a longer period of time. I'll go back up to the top. Letter identification. Definitely love when they know the letters in their name. If they know all of the letters of the alphabet, super, super. You will again see in your Titan swag bag something called an alphabet art, and then there are letters, red letters in the bag that you can use to practice letter identification. Again, we're not like giving you a bunch of homework. We're just saying Eddie and all of these things are super helpful to help prepare your child. Writing is a great little game you could play. You can use it out in a tar. And then it's helpful when the students can identify their printed name. It's all these things are also going to practice, but if they can recognize their name and be like, oh, that's me, or that says Saya. Oh, great. Mm-hmm.
Hello. Well, we're here from the library, County Southwest Library. I'm from Brook Park Ranch. Rebecca from Middleburg Heights. Maria Branch wasn't able to come here, but so there's 3 branches for all those communities in the school district. So we are going to have our annual summer reading challenge, which is at the library. If you're not aware of that, your children can win prizes during the summer. And we'd also like to say that in addition to helping your child get ready for kindergarten, we do have our storytime programs where we always emphasize early literacy and social skills, taking turns, all this kind of thing. So if your child is not in preschool or if you just want to augment what you've been doing, that's a great way to work on some of those skills.
In addition to story time, all 3 of our branches offer additional programming that are kindergarten readiness specific. A lot of the skills that you just heard about, we have wonderful programming that supports that. For example, all 3 of them do. At Brook Park, they offer a kindergarten countdown program that practices certain topics and skills. Middleburg Heights this summer will be having a little kindergarten camp, June 27th to 28th, where we're going to practice a lot of those skills, separating, following those routines. A lot of those social skills will be emphasized, in addition to really robust programming that happens system-wide, such as kindergarten almost.
So if your child is not currently participating in a preschool classroom-based setting, maybe you're homeschooling for preschool, maybe your child's with a home care sitter or at home with a family member or with you, we do have a program called Kindergarten Club that is at 7 of our library locations, especially to help kids who have not had a large group experience build confidence and learn some skills that are difficult to work on, independently at home, such as waiting turns, walking in line. And the programs are teacher and librarian led, so your child will have some experience with a school-like setting at library prior to kindergarten. So if your child has not been in preschool, come see us about Kindergarten Club, and all children really would benefit from the Kindergarten Boot Camp and the Kindergarten Countdown programs at our libraries. Please come and join us. It's a lot of fun.
One last
quick note, all of our library programs are free, if you weren't aware. We do have a flyer out back, and there's a lot of different fun programs going on at the summer besides just what you just talked about. So come visit us after this.
Okay, my name is Trish Schwind. I am dispatcher / bus driver for the QDCSU systems, and yes, I can bridge paths.
At transportation, there's more than five, but the five top rules that we ask that you do is when the bus approaches, please stay back 10 feet, at least 10 feet from the bus stop where the students are waiting. As the year progresses and the kids get on the bus and whatnot, the drivers will go over everything with them and let them know where that quote unquote designated place of safety would be. You're going to wait for the okay from the bus driver to get on the bus, and it's going to look something like this. You're going to use the handrails. The handrails are on each side of the stairs, and it is the back on back, bottom on bottom, and feet on the floor. We understand their feet are not reaching the floor yet, so I have that problem still in life. Leave it lay. If you do drop something near the bus, you're going to, don't stop, don't pick it up, just continue on and try and get the driver's attention while you're at the stop and just kind of let them know, hey, this is what's going to be on. Wrong way, sorry. No, that's it. We do ask too that we do have, it's called the Stop Finder app. It is a way that we can keep in touch with parents if there's a bus breakdown, if there's an accident, if there's a bus substitution. It is an app that we ask that the parents download at the beginning of the school year. It is our fastest, quickest way of communication to let anyone and all parents know and caregivers that this is, there's an issue with the bus or there's a bus substitution. And we do ask that at least until the students kind of get used to the bus stop, that you are at the bus stop when they get home at the afternoons. It's a little overwhelming for them because they're not really sure of how to get home sometimes. So we do ask that if you can, we understand you can't always be there, but we do ask that for their safety and for yours, and of course, first and foremost, for the children, we ask that somebody's there to get them off the bus. And if we have any questions, our phone number is definitely on the district website page. And please don't hesitate to call, get in touch with us. And good luck again. Welcome class of, I think it's 2039. So.
All right, good evening. I am Katie Rowland. I am your elementary curriculum coordinator, so I do a lot of behind the scenes work on what your students will be learning throughout the year. But I'm going to talk to you about a few not-curricular things that are equally important. One of them being our nutrition services program here. There is a QR code. You're going to get this whole presentation in your email that you provided to us, so you'll be able to click through all of these QR codes. Again, as Therese said, our website has a lot of information at your fingertips at all times. But we do offer breakfast and lunch to all of our students every day, and we work with our nutrition services department to make sure they have a healthy, balanced meal ready to go. So whether you buy or sometimes you pack, we will have people in that cafeteria space to help your little ones get their stuff open. But the more they practice it on their own over the summer, the quicker they'll be able to get their lunches going and being on their own. In the website, some important things, and if you're a veteran parent, you probably already know the drill. You will have a student account where you can give money if you're purchasing lunches. They will talk about what's being served in the cafeteria, so the menus are there. Sometimes they fluctuate, but they're pretty accurate. They'll talk about what those free and reduced costs look like. And if you have dietary needs or restrictions, there's a phone number. You can give them a call. They'll get back to you and let you know how that works within our buildings. We also provide, it is a paid service, but we work with a company called Right at School. That is our before and after school care program. We offer it in all 3 buildings. And so we've been with them a couple years now. But that really is a nice piece of the puzzle. If you've got to get out the door and you've got your little one that needs some care before or after school, this is a company that we work with. So again, I'm not going to go through all their information. That QR code takes you into our website and then links you directly to Right at School's information tied to the Berea City Schools. They're nationwide and have really been a great asset to building. We're going to switch gears in just a minute, talking about immunizations and whatnot. I do want to add, going back to transportation for a moment, if your child has never ridden a bus before, they're also going to get an opportunity at their kindergarten readiness assessment, their KRA assessment. Many of you have already signed up for that, so thank you for getting your time slots reserved. We do bring a bus out, and they get to get on the bus, use the handrail, practice sitting back to back, all that good stuff. So I wanted to make sure you knew that's going to be the next time they get to try on a bus before that first day. So I'm going to hand it over now to Lori and talk a little bit more.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Lori Sanson. I'm the Director of Pupil Services for the district. And to speak about health services, we had information on our district website which speaks to the immunizations. It gives you a list of information regarding the immunizations which are required for kindergarten for attendance, as well as your child's entire school career. That will be updated as immunizations are updated at certain grade levels. Different immunizations are required throughout their career. That information is on there, as well as we want to make sure that you feel comfortable that your kids are safe while they're here at school. If there are any immediate health needs that come up while they're here not feeling well, bumps or bruises that come up during the day or so on and so on. We have a clinic in each of our elementary buildings, and they are staffed with trained healthcare providers, and that could be a registered nurse, an LPN, or a help aide. And so again, they have training to support your children while they're here at school. If your child has a diagnosed medical need or healthcare plan that is needed, medications that are, whether they're an emergency medication or daily medication, there is information further regarding forms that you would take and work with your doctor and provide to our clinics. Those forms are on the website under health services. You can get some more information and then provide that to your building clinic and to be prepared for when your child starts kindergarten. One more thing from Pupil Services is we have a great resource that is new to our district this year, which is a parent mentor. And so Brittany's going to share more information regarding her resources.
Right. Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany Walters. So first of all, I'm a parent in the district. My son, Grayson, is 6 years old, is just about to finish kindergarten. He has Down syndrome, and so I've kind of learned a lot through him about like the IEP process, 504s, and that kind of stuff. So the parent mentor is somebody who you can hopefully relate to and can help guide you through those different evaluation processes, help you find community resources, not only for your child, but for you as a parent. We all need support sometimes. We have a lot of resources on the Parent Mentor website that you can pull up. It's under the Pupil Services portion of the Berea Schools website. We have a parent resource binder that has a lot of these printed materials that if you're a career IEP person like me, you might find this helpful. So if you want to look through that binder, I have a copy out there, come find me. And then one other important thing I wanted to point out is the Parent Mentor Lending Library. So for some of you, seeing that list of skills, I know for me, that would have freaked me out because Grayson wasn't close to achieving many of those skills when he started kindergarten. So I can reach out to me. If that list freaked you out, reach out to me. I can help identify some realistic goals over the summer and help give you some resources. Some of these books that can, they target a lot of their specific areas and skills. So I can help you find what would work for you over the summer, so you can help prepare a little bit more. And we also have the Lending Library QR code out there if you kind of want to take a look at what books we have. So yeah, that's it for me.
All
right, we are in the home stretch, and my littlest friends, you've been an excellent audience, so thank you for being so quiet and respectful. We're going to talk to you for a few more minutes around the swag bags that I'm sure you're all here to get. They're at the table as you leave, and we will show you how to use some of those tools and resources. Our kindergarten teachers came in a few months ago and said, what are things we would love for our kids to have access to over the summer and play with and touch and manipulate? So those items went into your night fitting. So I'm going to switch over here.
Let's check out what's in your kindergarten swag bag. Reading to your child is the best way to build vocabulary and comprehension. Each bag has a book all about kindergarten. As you read to your child, ask questions like the ones you see here. Alphabet arcs are a super fun way to pick up letter names, letter sounds, vowels, and all those pre-reading skills that set kids up for success. Want to see how they actually work? Head over to YouTube and check out the video. It'll walk you through everything you need to know. Ready to give your kids a head start on writing and typing this year? Grab whatever's in your bag and have some fun. String those beads, squish some Play-Doh into cool shapes, and practice cutting and tracing lines. These simple activities are awesome for building the fine motor skills they'll for writing and typing. Every kit comes with a pair of student scissors, too. When you're cutting, make sure to practice holding them the right way, just like the picture shows. Grab those counting bears and have fun counting up to 10. If you need some inspiration, check out the video we linked. It's got tons of cool ideas for what you can do with those bears. Hey, let's have some fun with math. Grab a dice and use it to count stuff and figure out what numbers show up. You can also practice tracing numbers with your finger and then try writing them yourself. Grab a journal and let your child have a blast practicing drawing and writing. It's a perfect chance for them to let their creativity flow and express who they really are. Here's the thing, these skills might not sound exciting, but they're actually what make kindergarten a total breeze. Grab some crayons and have your kid color in a box each time they nail one of these. Stick the chart somewhere you'll see it every day, and before you know it, your little one will be ready to rock that first day of school.
All right, and so I will tell you probably this last document you have in your swag bag. It is all the skills we've talked about tonight, really concrete things, cutting, drawing, tracing, but also those soft skills, those self-advocacy skills. And hopefully all together, you start to practice them. And like we said, we know not every student's going to come with all 26 of these skills ready, and that's A-okay. We're here to be with you along the way as they gain these skills. We just wanted to make sure you had a sneak peek and had an opportunity to practice a little bit as you get ready to join us this fall. So we are now, I think, just about done. I'm kind of scanning the room, make sure I didn't miss anyone. I do want to let you know if you're coming from Brook Park and you are at Brook Park Elementary School next year, Mr. Carnavucci is one of our administrators. He'll be outside afterwards, so I'm not sure we had the chance to connect Brook Park and our Brook Park families tonight. We also have Officer Matt Sinley here. He's one of our school resource officers. He can share a little bit about what we do around school safety in our district as well. So feel free to stop by afterwards and say hello to them, and you can ask any question you might have on school safety. So I think we're there, and so at this time, my little friends, please give a hug to your grown-up that's sitting next to you. And grown-ups, you can give a hug to your little kids because you're about to go on a wonderful adventure known as kindergarten. Thank you for joining us. Please get your sled bag outside and have a wonderful evening. We'll see you, Doc.